Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist and ergo coach. Welcome to another Strong Qigong. This one we called our two hands in tandem class. And what we meant by that was that we explored bilateral symmetrical and bilateral asymmetrical movement. You see, those are PNF terms, which stand for proprioceptive, neuromuscular, facilitation. Big college words, 15 syllables, which mean a developmental type of neuroscience. And that's where East meets West. Here with Strong Qigong, we take these ancient approaches and apply them to modern neuroscience. And that's what Strong Qigong is all about. What we're doing is exploring these different PNF patterns and lining them up in different ways. So today's class was mainly around drawback and push. Now there's a center drawback and push, bilateral symmetrical. There's a cross drawback and push, bilateral asymmetrical. And then there's silk reeling. And we did silk reeling, and we always explore different stances in Strong Qigong as well. So we did our center stance, then we moved to our horse riding stance, Mabu. And then we moved into a single leg stance known as holding the urn. All of these based around the same basic movements. So I hope you find this interesting. I hope you'll enjoy it and join us for the full class. The recording and link are below. And don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Please leave comments whenever you feel comfortable. And please share this with folks who will benefit, because we can all benefit from better stability, better balance, better strength, and a better frame of mind here with Strong Qigong. As we know, when we slow our breath down, this is the opposite of fight or flight for the sympathetic nervous system. We're engendering rest and digest, the parasympathetic branch. So always slowing your breath down is the way to get calm. It just is. And that's a two-way street. The arrows of causality point in both directions. So you know you can always take control of any situation, at least the way you react to it, by your breath work. So extend every exhale. Make the exhale a little longer. That slows the breath down as well. And it also tips further towards rest and digest, the parasympathetic branch. Emphasize every exhale. Make every exhale a little longer, a little slower. And if you will, you can do it through pursed lips and closed eyes. Well, if you want to close your eyes, if you're comfortable doing so. As you extend every exhale through closed eyes and pursed lips, realize that you control the exhale. Dozens of muscles are actually involved in exhaling. Only one is involved in inhaling. And when you inhale, do it through the nose if you can. If your sinuses are clear, deep inhale through the nose, long, slow exhale through pursed lips. Control that exhale. Then, at the bottom of the breath cycle, realize you can squeeze a little more air out at that bottom of the breath cycle so that you can take a deeper inhale that follows. So as we say in Strong Qigong, we've said for years, the key to taking a deep breath isn't how much we draw in. The key to taking a deep breath is how much we push out at the bottom of every breath cycle. We like to call this yin-hail and yang-hail in Strong Qigong. So you're learning some of the interesting relationships between yin and yang when you practice this. Extend every exhale. Use those floating ribs like a bellows, and notice how much deeper your inhale is afterward. Now, before we advance on, use also some visualization. If your eyes are closed, enjoy it. And begin to visualize searching for the fleeting moment where your out-breath changes to your in-breath, and your in-breath changes back to your out-breath. Use your mind's eye in the upper dantian to seek those fleeting moments. This is part of our dopamine system, and that's the molecule of more. And what you're doing is you're sharpening it, and you're making your mind more acute by seeking out that fleeting moment. It's gone in an instant, and you may not find it. It's not about finding it, it's about seeking it. We call this sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath. So a few more breaths in this manner, extending every exhale, seeking the fleeting moments, and when you feel ready, invite your eyes to slowly, gently flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. Well done. Let's begin our warm-ups from head to toe, top of the kinetic chain all the way to the bottom, beginning with the yoga neck roll. We take a deep breath in, our head floats like a balloon on a string. As we exhale, we purse lips and slowly let the air out of the balloon as our chin drops to our chest. When we inhale again, we inhale and sweep one ear past one shoulder. Exhale across, inhale, sweep the other ear past the other shoulder. Exhaling across, inhaling from side to side. This is the yoga neck roll, and you're calibrating your inner ear with your diaphragm. You're calibrating your phrenic nerve, which controls your diaphragm, with your vagus nerve, which gives you your interoception, gives you feedback on what's going on in all your vital organs. So this is a way to get everything moving in unison, interoception and proprioception, side to side. And wherever you are on this cycle, on your next exhale, inhale your chin back upright. As we work down into the shoulder girdles now, the upper respiratory sinus, we loop our shoulder girdles forward and upward with our inhale, and we squeeze them downward and backward with our exhale. And you continue to calibrate your breath with your movement, deep and slow, quiet and even, in through the nose, out from the mouth, in through the belly, out from the chest, in through the heart, out from the mind. Squeeze them together, that area between the shoulder blades we know lovingly as the Dajue point. And the Dajue point is an energy center itself. We're just wringing it out and getting it ready for all that follows. On your next exhale, simply relax your shoulders as you turn your eyes towards one hand. Begin to scoop and toss that hand from side to side. And if you can do so comfortably, your eyes follow your hand and your hands follow your breath. So you can scoop with palm up and toss with palm down behind you. Beautifully done. Inhale and exhale behind you. This is a form of silk reeling. Silk reeling is the foundation of Strong Qigong. It's basically being able to do things and get into the flow state. Floating. Calming the mind. Beautifully done. Now, bring this looping of your hands into your elbows and begin throwing an elbow back from side to side, and invite your weight to shift, invite your trunk to turn. And after you've thrown some elbows back, throw those shoulder blades back, one after the other. Big looping circles with your shoulder blades. Turning trunk, shifting weight, working our way down the respiratory sinus. We're already rocking and rolling. So let's continue this momentum by going right into ragdoll. Simply turn your trunk and let your hands flail away. This is a classic movement. As we move from side to side, we go from ragdoll right into pellet drum. So use this trunk turn momentum to begin to slap or tap the top of your opposite shoulder and your low back with the back hand. And use this momentum to your liking, slapping or tapping. After you've slapped or tapped the top of your shoulder, work to slapping or tapping the top of your chest. Again, you decide how firm, how sharp, or how gentle you feel you need today. After you've gone from the top of the chest, drop down to the lower rib cage. those floating ribs we love so much. After you've squeezed a little more air out, drop down to slapping or tapping the hips. Beautifully done. Well done. Now, invite your hands to float to your hips and begin the big hula hoops, looping. We're working into the lower body now. Looping the hips as big as you can make them. Whichever direction you chose is fine, because we're simply going to pause and loop in the opposite direction. We always strive to unwind what we've wound. Beautifully done. And then finally, we'll invite ourselves to settle into the middle, spread our feet a little wider, and then get into that bobbing kind of horse riding stance. You should be able to have a nice kind of even bob. And this is the Great Bear Swings. We take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we turn our trunk and we drop down. As we inhale, turn to rise and pause. And exhale, turn trunk, drop down. Inhale, rise to pause, and continue from side to side. The Great Bear Swings from side to side, a classic warm-up. Getting the lower body ready for the weight shifts and the turn. Well done. On your next exhale down, simply pause in the middle, stay in horse stance, and inhale your trunk back upright. Before we leave, we'll do some shifting weight on a figure 8. So rock from side to side. But when you change directions, just swirl the hips around to change direction and get a feel for that almost dancing, flowing kind of movement. This is a lot to do with proper form in Tai Chi and Qigong. And it's just a good way to get a sense of proprioception, that position sense, that kinesthesia, these big words that just mean trusting the body and the balance and everything else involved. Now invite yourself to return to center and bring your feet back into your center stance, your tandem stance. As we shift weight onto one foot, raise the opposite heel, loop the knee. And when you do, the ankle and foot follow along obediently. And you can pause and loop in the opposite direction. As we work our way to the bottom of the kinetic chain, we shift weight to this foot, raise the opposite, and loop. And after a few inward loops, if that's the direction you chose, a few outward loops. Beautifully done. We're almost complete. We settle into the middle, settle our center of gravity within. And we roll wrists. Continue there, wrist rolling. Beautifully done. And after you've rolled wrist in one direction, roll wrist in the opposite. Well done. We're warmed up from head to toe. Gently unclasp the hands and begin the hands melting down, and then inhale them up towards the heart. Exhale them down towards the lap and continue in this manner. This is Qigong breathing. We're using this in preparation for a visualization. We're breathing between two of the energy centers, the heart center and the body center, the middle Dantian and the lower Dantian. And to use this visualization to prepare us for today's practice together, we engage the upper Dantian, the mind's eye. And the best way to do so, if you can comfortably, is to invite your eyes to close. So if you can close your eyes comfortably, please do so. If you can't, you can always just cast a very soft gaze. As you inhale your palms up, use this classic visualization known as cleansing the inner body. While you inhale and palms rise, imagine a glowing mist formed in the core of the earth. It rises through the soles of your feet, up through the trillions of cells that make your inner body, and will find its home in the upper dantian, the cauldron of the mind. And as you exhale and your palms melt down with every exhale, imagine in the mind's eye that that glowing mist formed the glowing cloud, and that glowing cloud formed the glowing rain, and that glowing rain washes down those trillions of cells through the soles of your feet and back into the earth. So this classic visualization is breathing into and out of the earth. With every inhale, a glowing mist rises. With every exhale, a glowing rain falls, washing the inner body, cleansing the inner body, and preparing for all that follows. And what follows next is, on your next inhale, when you feel comfortable doing so, invite your hands to pause at heart height in a hugging stand. This is known as stand like tree. This is our meditative pose that prepares us and helps us take inventory of our alignment. So with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward. And between them, our spine gently stretches in what's known in the ancient Asian literature as the string of pearls. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm, rooted stance like a mighty oak. And those three energy centers we were breathing between rest peacefully on one another. Like three smooth river rocks, we carefully gathered, balanced, and stacked on life's river's edge. And as we breathe deeply, slowly, quietly, and evenly, we use the visualization in our mind's eye to see our warm-ups from the yoga neck roll through those Dajue shoulder rolls, from the windmill through the pellet drum, from stirring the bowl through the great bear swings. We see and feel in our mind's eye these movements and echoes of the chi we stirred. And if eyes are closed, we enjoy it a little longer as our hands begin a very slow journey downward until our thumbs find their destination crossed over our belly button and our folded fingers warm below in what's known as the lower dantian. Through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw, we blow on the embers of the cauldron of the body, and as we do, in our mind's eye, we see the embers respond and grow brighter and brighter with each extended exhale. And with each deep ensuing inhale, we delight in spreading that light upward and outward until we begin blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantian. We blow on the embers of both cauldrons, and the embers respond, growing brighter and brighter, filling our inner galaxy with light, spilling beyond our inner galaxy, and bathing the space between us with light, warm, silken chi energy. May your body be strong, and may your heart be calm. If your eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as your hands slowly melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to slowly, gently flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We are ready to step into the center of our little boat. The hand on this side of the room or screen floats before the heart in a gentle fist. The hand on this side covers it, and together we take a deep breath in to straighten as we slowly exhale and bow in a gesture of mutual respect for one another. When we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for the tradition, as we exhale, our palms melt down slowly, and when we inhale again, we inhale them up overhead till they're an inch apart. Slowly and deliberately, we exhale them down our center line. This is known as centering the chi, where we begin and end. We do it again, and this time we inhale to palms together in the Shaolin manner. As we exhale, we only go as far as the middle dantian, the heart center, as the Shaolin do. And when we inhale, our elbows rise and wrists straighten. And when we exhale, our hands melt down. We are prepared. We step out into our little boat and we unlock both knees. When we inhale our palms up an inch apart, and we exhale down our center line. And we continue breathing and moving in this manner. Inhale and float, and exhale and melt. And as you continue to do so, take inventory of your alignment. Be sure that those 3 smooth river rocks rest peacefully on life's river's edge. Beautifully done. This is sinking the chi, where we begin and end and return again and again to take inventory of our alignment. Well done. Now, when our hands drop, to ask you to loop them in front of you towards your heart. So a big looping movement as you inhale towards your heart, then exhale, push and rise. Continue. Inhale, exhale, push and rise. Notice this is right between the middle dantian and the lower dantian. This is draw back and push, and there's lots of forms of this. Draw back and push can be done with the palms facing forward the whole time, which may be the more classic form. That's the way I was taught. But you'll also see it where the palms face inward towards the center of the ball and continue to follow that ball of silken chi energy circumference around. So play with those hand positions. See what feels natural and peaceful to you. The object is simple. You inhale and rise towards the heart. You exhale and fall and push out and continue in that manner. Beautifully done. Now we're going to do draw back and push east and west. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to simply pause with your hands extended in front of you at heart height, and then let your hands float to the east. Inhale, push forward. Inhale, draw back. Exhale and push. Looping back and lunging. Continue in this manner. This is draw back and push to the east. Well done. Inhale back, then exhale as you lunge forward. And on this next one, let your hands pause and float to the other side, to the west, and resume, draw back and push. Inhale back, exhale and lunge. So now your draw back and push is both east and west. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to suspend and float back to the east. So when you're ready, simply pause, bring the hands back to the east, resume, draw back, and push to the east. Beautifully done. Now we'll do a little silk reeling. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to invite your hands to cross center. You'll go into silk reeling with both hands. Inhale back, exhale and lunge. We'll do it on a 3, 2, 1. How about that? So 3, we draw back and push. 2, we draw back and push. 1, we draw back and push and cross center line. Continue in this manner to the east. And if you can calibrate your breath, invite yourself to inhale as your hands cross your field of vision, exhale to the east, and then inhale again. So this is classic. Beautifully done. Now we'll get horse stance involved, but don't worry, we'll do our countdown. So we'll horse stance to the east. Prepare as 3, we follow our shift in weight. 2, we follow our turn in trunk. 1, we ready ourselves, and we step out to the east, and we continue the two-handed silk reel. Now that you're down in horse stance, see if you can get that little shifting weight of a figure 8 in your hips. Doesn't have to be much, but just that trunk being upright. As we return to our center stance, we'll use our countdown as before. So 3, we'll follow our turn. 2, we'll follow our shift. 1, we'll ready ourselves, and we'll return to center stance and continue your silk reel. Beautifully done. Now we'll prepare to return to draw back and push to the east. So 3, we follow our turn. 2, we follow our shift. Well done. Inhale back, exhale and lunge. On this next one, as you lunge forward, simply pause and float to the west. Hands float to the west. Inhale to the back foot. Exhale to the front. Continue. Beautifully done. Draw back and push. Now in a moment, we'll silk reel to the west. So we're facing west. We'll cross our center line. Counting down, 3. Beautifully done. 2. And push. Inhale back, 1. And cross center line. Silk reel to the west. Inhale as you cross. Exhale as you lunge. Beautifully done. Now we'll horse stance to the west. 3, we'll follow our turn. 2, we'll follow our shift. 1, we'll ready ourselves and horse stance west. Beautifully done. Continue to breathe through your movement. Well done. And now we'll return to our center stance. So 3, we'll follow our turn. 2, we'll follow our shift. 1, we'll ready ourselves and return. And continue your silk reel as we prepare to land this plane. We'll return to draw back and push in a moment. So 3, follow your turn. 2, follow your shift. 1, ready yourselves and draw back and push west. Beautifully done. Inhale back. Exhale and lunge. Now, continue this draw back and push, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, turn towards center so that you're right back into that starting position. Now, before we leave this one, we always like to throw in a single leg stance in Strong Qigong. Notice when your hands rise, they take on that hugging pose for a moment. we're going to hold that pose. We're going to shift our weight over the eastern foot, and we're going to do a single leg stance known as holding the urn. And then we'll return to this front facing draw back and push, and we'll do it to the west, over the western foot. So we'll prepare ourselves and we'll count down. 3, inhale back. 2, prepare yourself. 1 more, and then hold the urn east, like so. And then return to your draw back and push. Beautifully done. Let's do one over the western foot, always balancing east and west in Strong Qigong. So, 3, draw back. 2, prepare yourself. 1, get ready and hold the urn west. Well done. Resume your draw back and push. And as I said, when your hands rise, you're almost in stand like tree pose. So on your next inhale, when you feel ready, eyes closed if you can tolerate it, to find your alignment and stand like tree. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. Our spine gently stretches between them in the string of pearls. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance, like a mighty oak. And with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, our 3 Dantian rest peacefully on one another, like we gathered and stacked and balanced carefully 3 smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. If eyes are closed, we enjoy it as we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred. The draw back and push to the front. The draw back and push to the east and west. The silk reel to the east and west. And the silk reel and horse stance, finishing up with holding the urn. We see it, we feel it, and if eyes are closed, we enjoy it a little longer as the hands slowly melt down until the thumbs once again cross over the belly button and the folded fingers once again warm on the cauldron of the body. And with each extended exhale, through closed eyes and pursed lips, blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body, resuming the long extended exhales. With each deep ensuing inhale, draw the light upward, and now finally blow on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, the upper Dantian, which gave you this beautiful inward show of your own personal visualization, imagination, concentration, and meditation. And if your eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as you're filling your inner galaxy with the brightest light yet. It spills beyond your inner galaxy and it bathes the space between us. It spills beyond the space between us and it bathes the world around us. And it spills beyond the world around us and it bathes life itself with light, warm, silken chi energy. May your body stay strong. And may your heart stay calm. And may your mind stay sharp. And may your spirit stay free. Yi Dao, Qi Dao, which means where intention goes, energy flows. Where the mind goes, Qi follows. So choose wisely. If eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as the hands melt to your side, only inviting the eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step back into the center of our little boat. The hand on this side of the room or screen makes the gentle fist. The hand on this side covers it. Together, we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow in a gesture of mutual respect and gratitude for the tradition. Thank you so much for being the light you made in the world today.